The October 22nd Town Council meeting to order. I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight. We have really a short agenda, so it shouldn't take really long to get through this. But I do want to welcome all the employees that showed up tonight. We truly appreciate everything that you guys have done, and I'll present something here at the presentation here a little later. But again, thank you all for coming out tonight. Okay. Do I have any public comment?
That was the public comment right there.
I think someone else right there wants to speak.
Meeting's already too long.
Yeah. Yeah, she's saying it's too long.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. That helps me get rid of being nervous. Okay, are there any additions or deletions to the agenda?
Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
All right, got a motion?
Second.
Second, Chuck, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, show like sign. So order. Consent agenda, I'll also need a motion in that order.
I move we adopt the consent agenda.
Second.
A second with Julia, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, show like sign. One thing I forgot to do here, on the calendar. On the calendar, put on your calendar that October the 31st, we'll have treats on the street from 5 to 7. So bring all your kids out and enjoy a night out. It's always a lot of fun. And then on November the 11th, town offices will be closed for Veterans Day. And then Tuesday, November the 12th, we'll have our regular scheduled town council meeting. Sorry, I left that out there.
And Mr. Mayor, one other announcement, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Early voting has begun at any of the 3 early voting sites, Senior Resource Center, the Clyde Town Hall, or the Canton Library, weekdays from 8 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. So that's for this week and next week. And then election day is on November the 5th, and the polls are open at 6:30 in the morning until 7:30 in the evening that day at your precinct.
Okay, thank you, Chuck, for making us aware of that. Okay, we'll start our presentation here for employee appreciation. I'll read the purpose of this presentation is to take time during this meeting to extend our appreciation to the town staff who went above and beyond during their events of Hurricane Helene. We will be setting aside time during the next 2 council meetings to honor Pacific departments. Tonight, we begin with our public service staff members. We commend each of you for your exceptional dedication and outstanding service to the citizens of Waynesville during Hurricane Helene. Each of you demonstrated unwavering commitment and bravery and compassion in providing aid and support to the community during this challenging time. Your selfless actions and tireless efforts have significantly and positively impacted many individuals' lives. Exemplary service and leadership displayed reflect great credit upon yourself and are in keeping with the highest traditions of public service. On behalf of myself and the other board members, we thank you and celebrate you tonight. And with that said, we'll have Brittany to come up, and I would like for us as board members to go down here and stand up front. I get a frog in my throat.
It's just the motion, Mayor.
I do something. I got a frog in my throat. Okay, Ms. Brittany, take it away.
Absolutely, but as I call your name, you probably need your certificate. If you don't mind to kind of stay towards the front, because at the end, I would like to do a photo op with everybody with the councilman, okay? The first up is Deborah Browning.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Jason Cates,
Thank you, Jason.
next is Ricky Foster. Next is Dakota Frady. Julie Grasky.
I like that. You know that. Probably make her blush.
Garen Holt. Braden. Adam Mack. Kelsey McElroy. Dylan Messer. Kirk Messer. Riley Presnell. Isaac Radcliffe. Rogers. Bill Skelton. Greg Woody. Eli Woody. Matthew Wright. Okay, if the council will get back behind the desk, I think we can maybe fit everybody somehow. So that way we can try to get everybody.
Nobody needs to see that. I am not important. Please, do not worry about it. Do not worry about me. I'll shut you guys. Don't worry about me. I'm good. Don't worry.
Y'all are fine. Y'all are fine.
You're good.
No, don't worry.
We can see her right here. That's good.
Yeah. More this way.
I can get my friend over there, Mr. Rathbone, that hold you up.
Oh, yeah. It's all about you.
Put it on your shoulder.
Certainly, it's not about us.
Do you have something fall over here on this side? Aaron, Eli?
All right.
Everybody, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Let's get some more.
And before y'all leave, I've got one more thing. The town council also wants to invite all town Waynesville employees to a thank you luncheon on Wednesday, November the 7th at the recreation park. Please join us for a catered pasta bar and salad and rolls and desserts beginning at 11:30 to 1 o'clock. I'd also like to thank Paige and Brittany for putting this together real quick today. I mean, they had me assigning a lot of things there, you know, but these two folks right here, we need to give them a hand for putting this together. And thank you all again. You're dismissed. How's that? I know you don't want to hang out in you. You are dismissed. How's that? I don't want to hang out in you.
No,
No, that went well. Thank you, Gary.
they have, I have to say, I've seen every one of them drive a truck in the last 2 weeks.
Mhm.
One hurt my hand.
We're gonna get, I mean, this got. So that's, Ah, you did, you chose not to stand. Okay, he's right there.
Jeff, I also want to thank you so much for your efforts in coordinating your crew and your men. I mean, it wouldn't have happened without you, you know, making it happen, you know, with, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but it still takes a leader. It still takes a leader to coordinate all those efforts there. And so on behalf of this board here, I want to thank you all. I mean, thank you so much for what you did in organizing everything that happened. Yep.
It's a way to go out with a bang.
I say, during my time, we dealt with the COVID, we dealt with 500-year flood. Man, 3 years is still a long more ways for me to go. What else is gonna happen? Okay, it's been fun. It's been fun, I'll have to say. All right, we'll move on to new business. And we got traffic common for Howell Street and West Marshall, Ricky Foster.
Thank y'all for your attention, I have two issues here that we can bring up. One is on House Street. And it is office that I did about 2 years ago. The other one is on West Marshall, which is on side street, West Marshall will have a raised crosswalk, stop sign in the direction. This will be central located inside the facility. Speed limit will be posted at 20 miles an hour. Here on out, this was the ongoing use. See the dangerous in our. House Street has been on the radar for 2 years. We tried to get it, we didn't get the funding last year, we tried to get funding the past 2 years. It will consist of 2 full width in-house, covering both lanes. One will be at the park, the playground, the other one will be installed approximately 50 yards above the street, in full play.
Yeah.
This, and the office garden, I've studied it. And we've had, they continue to study it. We did feel that those things measures.
So I went through the measure. Any of y'all got any questions for Ricky? Yes, about that 20 mile an hour sign on, what's the name of the street? Where they going to be? We'll talk about that.
You talking about him?
Where the dumpsters are. Hemlock, yeah.
Yep, the sign is down. That's the reason we haven't put the traffic signs up. It's having to be made.
Yeah, okay. I just
That's why
remember
we
whenever
haven't-
you started talking about 20 mile an hour, I probably spoke to him and I was probably running more than 20 mile an hour because I asked him. So anyway, we need a motion in that order.
Mayor, I'd like to approve I'd like to make a motion to approve the installation of traffic calming devices on Howell Street and West Marshall Street, and approve the speed limit on West Marshall to be identified at 20 miles per hour.
Second.
Just a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, show like sign. So ordered.
It's easy.
You're good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Both of
Oh,
them.
yeah, you're good.
You,
Okay. Next on the agenda, we have an approval of a payroll policy update page. If you-
y'all for entertaining me this evening and also for the staff. So if you'll go to page 5 on your agenda, the subject tonight is approval of the payroll policy update. And the days following the hurricane, our staff began to educate themselves about FEMA, the public assistance grant process. Our grant manager, Karen, met with me and shared her concerns about our current payroll policy. She and I did further research. We reached out to the school government, specifically Diane students, public first, the SME. And their recommendation was that we update our policy to include disaster overtime provision for both non-exempt and exempt staff. This update will help in dealing with the FEMA reimbursement process. Can I answer any questions?
One other question?
I have one minor question, and I think it's probably on the next item. So,
Okay,
You ready?
no further questions?
I move we approve the request to pay exempt staff, including department heads, at straight time rates for hours worked over 40 during the week beginning 9/26.
that's number 6.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading the
That's okay.
wrong one. I apologize.
I know.
I move that we approve the revision of the town of Waynesville personnel policy to include provisions for disaster overtime pay.
I'll second that.
And I was reading what I said and it didn't make any sense. I say, why, what is this?
And I'll second that, Mayor.
Okay, got a second by Anthony. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, show like sign. So, all right, Ms. Page, you have an approval of
No.
straight time pay for exempt staff who worked over 40 hours during the response to Hurricane Helene.
Yeah, we had quite a bit of, city staff work for 40 hours. And we- over almost 600 hours. So because of that nearly 600 additional hours provided by the employees, we'd like to recommend that we pay that exempt staff for those hours worked during that week of September 26th to October the 2nd. We don't typically pay exempt staff hours worked over 40. However, this is something that we can submit to the reimbursement. Our hope is that we'll be reimbursed for that, especially with our costs. Regardless, I believe it's important that we appreciate their commitment to citizens of Waynesville. They made themselves available to meet the needs of citizens throughout their own families, their own homes, and make sure that there was continuity of service. I think we need to really reward them for that. So that's my ask. May I ask any questions about it?
One question is that I think FEMA states that you have to have the policy in place prior to.
Typically, yes. You're right.
So there's a chance that we will not be reimbursed.
There is.
Okay. However, I do agree with you. I think regardless if they do reimburse us or not, it's the correct thing to do.
I agree. And now that that policy changed, we do not have to worry about that.
But there is, I'll have some discussions to see if we can get some leeway put into the national regulatory things that are coming down to see if it can get retroactive.
Any other questions?
Anyone else have any questions for Paige? Nope. Thank you so much for bringing that to our attention, and I'll ask for a motion again. Don't look at me.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the request to pay exempt staff, including department heads, at straight time rates for hours worked over 40 during the week beginning September the 26th, 2024 and ending October the 2nd, 2024.
Second.
Got a motion and a second by Julia. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, show like sign. So ordered. Thank you, Paige, and thanks again for what all you and Brittany have done.
Pleasure.
Okay, we're moving right along here. Communication from staff.
Number 7.
Whoa, did I skip one?
Yep.
Reallocation of ARP funds. That was your name there, so that threw me off a little bit.
Well, that's okay. As we were closing out the ARP funds, as you know, we do budgeted funds when we created the ARP budget for your capital budget. We found as we moved towards the end that we had about $130,000 of additional ARP money that we didn't spend. We have known for a long time that our switches in our computer system are failing, and they're very expensive. And we've actually been wondering how we could contribute almost 2/3 of the tax rate to get those switches replaced because they're so expensive. As it turns out, we can use $133,000 of that ARPA money to pay for the switches, which will help us out a lot in the upcoming budget. And then the remainder of that $130,000 we'll allocate towards vehicle replacement. And I don't have the exact numbers because I gave them to Anthony. So
I'll do it. Yeah. I think it's going to be for server infrastructure will be $88,070, and then switches will be $45,000.
there you go.
I think how many switches will that be? About 12 or 13 switches, and that's pretty economical for servers for the capacity. Is that for The general servers,
It's the Aruba, the host, the two host servers that are gonna be replaced. That's the majority of that 88 grand. Also,
Right.
That's second, that's
45,152 for the switches.
that's a Aruba switch firewall. I know what it is,
Okay.
but I don't have the exact amount. A lot. We had initially planned to spread this out over 2 or 3 years. They're coming to the end of life, not there yet. Warranties to repurchase, once already. Then we found this out.
Speaking as an IT professional, it's better if you replace all your switches at once as well.
For sure.
Yeah, because you'll start getting firmware.
And well, I don't like to
Incompatibility
have
and-
different types of things. Starts keeping everybody back a little bit.
Jesse, did I hear you say that not only switches, but the firewalls as well? Okay, cool. Bring it on.
You're talking Anthony John's language.
We could talk about it all the time. I'd like to make a motion to approve the allocations of the ARPA funds
Okay.
as presented.
Motion,
Second.
second, okay, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, show like sign. Okay,
Mr. Mayor, may I say something with the ARP funds? Our town staff has done a great job of accounting for those. It's been a really big task. And so I commend them and also commend the staff and our board for spending the money the way we did. We didn't just hold this money back into our general budget or something like that. We spent all our ARP funds on things that the town needed and investments for our future. And I just commend the staff and the board for spending the money the way we did.
this is true. Done an excellent job on that. Okay, communication from staff. Before I go to you, Rob, Elizabeth, do you have any updates? You know,
You mean from like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right now, we've assessed over 300 properties and, we're putting together all the data. We have a meeting, online meetings with representatives to talk about what that, how they want that happen. So, not tonight, but the future meeting, we'll come back to all the data.
Yeah, please do that, you know, so we have you on the agenda, you know, so, Becky and the folks can, you know, get that news related out to the public there. Thank you. Sorry to put you on the spot. Okay. Town manager, you have anything to bring before us here?
Let me just briefly give you an idea of where your staff is with the hurricane mitigation. We've kind of entered a quiet phase. We've finished the emergency phase. The 2 emergency contracts right now that we have are the design of a new support system for the Depot Street Bridge and repair of a sewer line across Richland Creek. Those are considered by FEMA as emergencies. Once we move out of the emergency category, FEMA requires a considerable amount of inspection and research before the city can turn around and bid out and repair non-emergency items like parks, for instance. Our first level we've already completed, which is Brittany and Paige and our own insurance company took a tour of the city last week, and our own insurance has to determine what liability they will cover before FEMA can come in and determine what it will cover. Once the insurance is up, we'll wait on FEMA and their staff to make an inspection of the parks. we can't do a tremendous amount of reconstruction of the parks until FEMA has actually looked at the damage on site. Um, that doesn't mean that we can't design new features for the park. We just can't contract or construct them. We've also requested the Corps of Engineers, through some new authority that they were just granted by the president, to do a comprehensive stream evaluation of Richland Creek to look at not just the debris in Richland Creek, but also the stream bank scouring and deterioration, and with the possibility that they'll put some money into helping us do some restoring of Richland Creek in areas where it really was eroded. We've also asked the Corps of Engineers to look at our gravity and our siphon sewer system, especially in the area around all the old, whatever y'all call New Champion or whatever that mill is out there. Little Champion. I knew it had to do Champion. I remember. I just didn't remember what it. But anyway, those are on our books. Debris removal is moving along. We're trying to advertise where that debris removal will be taking place. This week it's at Harris and Liner Street. Y'all know where that is. We'll publish through. Ricky's given us an update. I'm sending you the updates in case people ask you, and then Candace can put those weekly updates as to when debris removal will take place. Let me mention about debris removal. The contractor can't go into people's front yards or backyard and remove debris. It has to be on the curb, just like leaves or anything else.
Yeah.
We found some places where they've removed the debris from folks' yards, but the debris that's 40 or 50 feet back is still there. If it's on private property, folks are going to have to move it up to the curb line. I also like to mention that this isn't a one-time thing. The debris removal company will probably make 3 runs through the city before they call it a day.
Yeah.
So we'd be looking at possibly February before they make that 3rd run. We were given the opportunity by our legislators to total up the amount of estimated damage just to our public parks and our sewer plant, the armory, all of our public image, and the total was over $2,160,000. And we submitted that to Representative Pless and Senator Corbin at their request, hoping that the legislature would look kindly upon it and possibly send a little of that money back our way. That money would be in addition to any FEMA funds that may be that might come our way. One of the things to remember is the way that FEMA is set up is that for public property, FEMA is supposed to pay 90% of all approved damages. They have to approve it. And then the state only pays 10%. So, you know what the state would be looking at 10 cents on the dollar for their share if FEMA approved 90. All of this is going to take time. I suspect it will be in here this time next year. Talking about the process of fixing the parks and fixing the town up. So we have to be patient. But that's where we are right now.
Yeah, I actually visited the rec center probably earlier this morning, and I went on that where the track. I know you're familiar with where you go across the bridge there, and it is very much a mess there. It's undercut the asphalt. and stuff. So if you see a little man going under that ribbon, that, I was checking it out. Yeah, I was checking it out, but, it's down there, folks, it's very, very bad. I mean, if you get a chance to go down there and walk around, you won't believe that the damage that we incurred here in the town of ourselves, or lost 2 ball fields, or maybe a little more than that. I know it's Fisher ball field and ball field down at that street, 2 ball fields and a dog park. We lost a dog park, that we just finished. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that town is going to be facing here, trying to rebuild and get these parks up in order there. Did you find out anything about that flood truck?
I haven't
You don't
even
act
got,
like you didn't. You see,
I
you didn't
haven't
get-
even, I haven't gotten a chance to find out whether we have a flusher truck to flush that part.
Asked it about, some lady stopped me on the track and said, are there any way you can wash the mud off the track? So I left that with Rob because I wasn't sure, and Jeff and Ricky would probably know better than I would, but, we still own a flood truck?
Flusher truck.
Yeah, but this is the track, it ain't the greenway, this is the track, that it falls all the way
The
up.
running track.
The running track, yeah. Yeah, if you could get, it's just that one side also of the deck. And me, when I get somewhere, somebody will catch me, I have to start wearing a mask, But anyway, if you guys could do that, I would appreciate it. You have anything else?
No, sir, thank you.
Okay, and, Martha's not here. And so we'll go on to our communication from the mayor and council. And, I'll pass these out to you here. I've got a really, really nice letter mailed to me from the town of Murphy. And I will read it. Yeah, if you want to pass them down. I can keep that dog out. It says, Dear Mayor Caldwell, I've been thinking about you and your community as you face the aftermath of the devastation hurricane. I can only imagine how overwhelming it must be right now. And I just wanted to reach out and let you know that you're not alone in this. If there's anything at all I can do, please don't hesitate to reach out. Here in Murphy, we were fortunate to escape the worst of the storm, and our community quickly sprang into action, sending supplies in some of the hardest hit areas as soon as we learned of the need. But I know that recovery is a long process, and I want to continue to offer whatever support I can as you move forward. Please know that I am here, whether you need assistance with recovery efforts, listening ear, or someone to lean on. We may be different towns, but we're all part of the same family, and we'll get through this together. Feel free to call or email me, and with heartfelt support. So I thought that was really nice, coming from as far west as Murphy, to get this letter. Do you have a copy, Jenny? You got a copy? Okay. So that's pretty much what I have to offer tonight. I just wanted to let you all know that we got a nice letter from town of Murphy. Chuck, you have anything?
I'd just like to thank, and I'm sure the rest of the board joins me in thanking fellow council member Anthony Sutton for the work that he's done in communicating with and dealing with our national state representatives with regard to the flood recovery and the efforts that he's made on our behalf to try to secure monies to help us get this situation. Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, you had Speaker Moore, you had.
I'll tell you,
He's been with the governor. I mean,
The senator,
Anthony has been,
Congressman, the Secretary of Transportation.
your connection down there in Raleigh has really been helpful to Waynesville. And so we really appreciate that. Do it?
Yes, sir.
John?
I was going to say I did meet with Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg last week, Senator Tom Tillis, and Governor Roy Cooper. and they heard our needs and they are listening. Also, I've talked to Mark Pless. He's been very communicative with me. Hopefully we'll have some things in a special session that's coming in on Thursday at the North Carolina General Assembly to assist us.
Yeah.
And then I'll be talking at the next meeting. I have a special convoy that's coming this coming week that I can't disclose too much about until it occurs, but yeah, I'm excited about that as well.
So your position as MPO has really, really been
It
helpful.
paid off, yes.
Yeah, especially down in Raleigh.
Yes.
So we truly appreciate that.
Thank you.
Because this far west, nobody hears from us hardly,
Oh, I make sure they hear from us.
even though we live in the most beautiful part of North Carolina.
What's great about the situation right now, if you want to look at the bright side, is that I know Zeb Smather's speaking for us. I'm speaking for the town of Clyde, for Maggie Valley. We're all talking and putting our needs for the whole community forward, for all of Haywood County and for Jackson County. They had some areas in Madison County.
Yeah.
So we're all working together.
Did you also mention that, the chief lost some cars? the fire
Oh,
department
absolutely. They
some-
lost 4 cars. The fire
Lost some
department
cars.
lost a car.
Yeah, during the flood that they lost.
The state has, I sent some information to Rob, that procurement of cars, they've already procured some cars, so we don't go through the procurement process. So we can get those replaced pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I'm also in contact with Diener, hoping to get some funds for the sewer plant and for the replacement of that 24-inch pipe that we have coming. This all adds up to millions and millions of dollars. And then on top of that, our transportation needs right now, a big part is trying to get Interstate 40 between Tennessee and us back open. There's lots of people that come from here to Tennessee to work and vice versa. And it's a big hardship right now.
So it's
So
been a hardship on folks.
yes.
Right.
But that's, we're trying to come up with solutions. They put out a special bid for any ideas or designs for that. Even temporary bridges are open. Viaduct is on the board, tunnels, whatever we can do to get it open as quickly as possible.
Any word on the Depot Street Bridge? Someone coming to?
Yeah, well, actually, we've had it inspected and we've got an engineering contract signed. They've started work designing the bridge abutments, the new abutments that have to be poured and laid. As soon as they finish that, we'll get this out and we'll get it built. That's one of our emergency processes. So we were able to move through the process a little bit faster than we normally do. That's under contract with Mattern and Craig engineers, and they're well into that design.
Yeah, that's been the most thing that people's asked me about.
Yeah.
How long I think it would take, to get that open back up, because it slams Russ Avenue now.
It's a mess.
We would not dare give a timeline, but hopefully sooner than later. It all depends on, there's tons of people needing to do construction right now as well. So there's going to be a shortage of supplies.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I have. Anyone else have anything? All right. I'll ask for a motion, we adjourn.
Mayor, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second, Julie. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? I don't think anybody's going to oppose. All right. Thank you y'all so much for coming out tonight.